Hello, I'm going to do a quick fish room tour. You'll see a lot of my tanks aren't necessarily the most pretty, but I'm trying to breed a few things and just wanted to let you see what I'm doing here. I've got in this tank, I've got some bronze quarries that I've got fry for now. There's some Bosmati rainbow fish fry that I got at one of our auctions that I want to try and grow up and breed. They're a ways from it yet. If you see them here, they're not colored up yet, but I think they will turn into nice fish eventually here. These bronze quarries have been really fun. I haven't had any quarries since I got back into the hobby a few years ago, and I got these at one of our auctions, and they're great little fish. They're active, they're exciting, and they're pretty darn easy to breed. They weren't that old when they started putting eggs on the glass, and I saved some and got them to hatch, and now I'm just feeding them out, and hopefully I'll be bapping them in our next auction a few months from now. This tank I've got, as far as plants, I've got some assorted crypts growing, and some anubias, and this Java moss I've attached to corks at the top with some fishing line, because I was having issues with the Java moss getting wedged down at the bottom, and then it would get in the substrate and die. In these 55 gallons, I don't think they get a lot of light when you get a lot of Java moss. So this keeps them up and in the light, and I think eventually those rainbow fish will start breeding in it. There's some Plecos in here as well. I don't really see any of them. Oh, there's one. And they're just a mix of the common brown Plecos, and there's a few albinos too, I believe. So that's that. Another tank. Here is I've got some plain orange swordtails. They have not dropped any fry for me yet. I've had them quite a while, so I'm not sure why they're not breeding for me. But got the anubias and some crypt here growing, and the ever-present Java moss. I have one big male Pleco in here. He's usually behind that rock. You can see his tail kind of moving a little bit. There's also one of his offspring still in there. The female I had with him that was breeding with him died the last time we had, I medicated the tank, so I don't have any breeding Plecos right now. I just have him. Let's see, down here I have, these are my hunchback lemias. I got a trio of these originally. You can see one of the females still there from the original trio. The male and the other female died, but these are her fry that are growing up, and most of these are going to get bapped in a week or two. And then over here we've got a little colony of just black bar endlers. And see, this is what happens to my Java moss when I let it just go on the ground, is it gets brown spots. So I've started, putting it on on stuff to float it. And I think it does better that way. We'll see. I haven't been doing that very long. This is just out of control. Java moss. There's some Pleco fry that I had. There's probably 5, 6 of them in there. They're probably juveniles now. And that's about it. I had some guppies in here, but they passed on. This tank has just a few pygmy quarries in it. It's mostly just the crypts now. I got some of those crypts, and they've done really well in this tank. I can see one of the pygmy quarries hide pretty well. I've tried to breed these guys. I've gotten eggs, but I've never gotten them to hatch. So I don't know what. I'm suspecting my water might just be too hard for them. But I think I'm going to try and get some black worms and get them breeding again and see if I can maybe soften the water up and try and get some fry. Let's see. Over here, I've got, these are Leopard Gadiads. I think there's 4 left in the tank. I'm not sure if I've got a female. I've got at least 3 males, and one of them, I think one of them is a female, but I can't quite tell. And I have not gotten fry. I've had these guys for a while, and I just don't know what I'm missing. I keep messing around with the temperature. I think I need some floating plants in the tank. The plants have not done well in this tank. I've got some sort of dying Anubias and dying Java moss. This Anubias is doing okay, but not stellar, right? It's growing. I see new leaves, but it just doesn't do great. This tank has just never been real successful. Although I used to have some tequila fish in it, and they bred and did well. But I sold those at auction to make room for these guys. And then up here, I've got, these are Christmas Fulu. They're Lake Victorian cichlids, the ones in the middle there. I've got my last oddball, just a yellow lab that's hanging out with them. But these guys, and that right there is a Neolamprius Pulcher that I bought a pair of, but the other one died. So I've just started, this is sort of where the tank I use for the fish that I don't really have a chance of breeding anymore. Actually, one of those Christmas Fulas is holding, but I'm not real sure what I'm gonna do, because I'm a little nervous about the fry, because I think they probably could hybridize with that yellow lab if I don't think it seems unlikely, because they've got males of their own species and they're from different lakes and different genuses, but they breed the same way, so I don't know. I'm asking around to see if that's a real risk or not. And then over here, I've got my little 10-gallon tank of just pink ram's horn snails that my daughter really likes snails. So at the last auction, I got these ram's horn snails for her and just put them in this tank for her. They haven't really exploded yet. I didn't want to feed them too heavily until the tank was more fully established. So it's funny, is there's some pond snails that snuck in with the little clump of Java moss I put over here, and I suspect I'm going to have way more pond snails than ram's horns eventually. In here, those are the those are my Christmas Hulu fry that I actually they were in a different tank originally, and then I just took the mother and let her spit out her fry in this tank, and they're growing up. I'm going to bap them in about a week and a half here. And then these guys are some extra, my black bar Endler males. I pull them out of the tank, my breeding tank, because I always end up with a lot more males than females. I think the males harass the females so much that the females die if I don't pull out a bunch of the males. So we're left. I've got, I don't know, there's probably 20 males in here. Eventually I'll try and take them into a store to get some store credit. And then these are my bronze Quarry Fry. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them very well. I've got a little video of these guys that I did a couple days ago that you can check out. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're not growing fast because I don't have any like tiny live food to give them, so I'm giving them that Ceramicron. But I don't think they grow as fast on that. But I didn't really have the time to get anything going other than that, so they're doing okay. So that was my my fish room tour. Check it out if you liked it. Hopefully I'll have some more videos for you later.